We're quite a small, scattered gathering here at church. It feels as though people are missing, but of course they're watching on, and we need to be conscious of that. And those who are watching on from home, yes, there are people here, even if the camera may not be showing them at the moment. We miss people. We have missed people for a whole year in terms of not being able to gather or hug. And it's a relief that we can at least meet people outside in small numbers now, this last week, that small opening of freedom. Missing. And we miss people, of course, who we see no longer. But in the mystery of faith, we are connected, heaven and earth together. Missing. On that first Easter Sunday, the women coming to the tomb were missing Jesus. There was this huge hole that had opened up on Good Friday. They came to do what they could to anoint the body. And it makes me think about the missing pieces in a jigsaw. The one piece. The great piece in their lives that was missing was Jesus. He'd died. They'd seen him die a terrible death. They'd seen him, his body taken down and buried in a borrowed tomb. The piece was missing. And yet, that Sunday evening, they were greeted with the words, "Peace be with you." The peace of Jesus. And if we're missing that peace, then I hope and pray that this Easter Sunday we may receive that peace again. So let's hear the story from Mark's Gospel. Mark gives us an amazing but puzzling account. We're hearing verses 1 to 8 of that final chapter of Mark. And many old versions of Mark have extra verses, old endings, either shorter endings or longer endings. But the oldest manuscripts end with a puzzle. They end abruptly. And to help us hear this today, we're going to have 3 of the women members of the church read it to us with pauses between each telling. Let's listen for God's word now.
When the Sabbath was over, Mary Magdalene, Mary, the mother of James, and Salome bought spices so that they might go to anoint Jesus' body. Very early on the first day of the week, just after sunrise, they were on their way to the tomb, and they asked each other, "Who will roll the stone away from the entrance of the tomb?"
But when they looked up, they saw that the stone, which was very large, had been rolled away. As they entered the tomb, they saw a young man dressed in a white robe sitting on the right, and they were alarmed. "Don't be alarmed," he said. "You are looking for Jesus the Nazarene, who was crucified. He has risen. He is not here. See the place where they laid him. But go tell his disciples and Peter, he is going ahead of you into Galilee. There you will see him, just as he told you."
Trembling and bewildered, the women went out and fled from the tomb. They said nothing to anyone because they were afraid. This is the word of the Lord.